Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa. Peace sign. The video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. A couple things I wanted to tell you. I went over to my hammock and decided to listen to another gentleman, another Freemason. Now I'm on that. I just want to know what the story is. So he gave a really interesting speech. It was like almost about an hour and a half long. I forget his name, of course, but he was basically pointing out how, hold on, my hair is going to drive me nuts. See, this is why I need to learn how to edit, and that's going to be something I want to talk to some people about here. Okay, yeah, so this gentleman was basically explaining how religions are based on the zodiac and sun worship, which I think a lot of you know that. We have the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 disciples of Jesus, 12 months in the year, 12 hours in a day, 12 zodiac signs, 12, 12, 12. So, and then he was actually a Freemason, and so he was bringing that into it, and I really liked what he had to say. I thought it was good. Found out there is a lady, there are Masonettes, they're not called Masonettes. Something about daughter of the Eastern Star and a couple others. Turns out Perpetual's mother was a daughter of the Eastern Star, or whatever it is. Flower child of the Northern Star, whatever it's called, ladies and gentlemen. She was one, and also, I already knew this, but Perpetual has two brothers who are twins. Perpetual's not a twin, his brothers are. And they are both Masons. They wanted Joel to be one, but he said no. He was too afraid of the secret handshake. I'm kidding. Okay, so after that video, I had a really nice comment, a lengthy one from a gentleman named Brian. And he's interviewed, he said he's been interviewing Masons for about 5 years. He's interviewed over 50 of members of Freemasonry. And he gave me a list, and he thanked me for the video. I thought that was very sweet. And thanked me for taking the time to kind of investigate a little bit. He gave a list of all these things. Oh, there's my hair falling out. Oh, well. All the different charities and stuff. It's really quite something, ladies and gentlemen. So, if they want to have secret handshakes and meet in secret, as long as they're not harming people, have at it, Hoss. So, while on the subject of Brian, if he happens to watch this, anybody, I'm now giving out a plea here. Pasha, somebody, I want to learn how to do a podcast. I'm going to need somebody to telephone me or sit there with me or, do whatever it takes so that I can do a podcast. I'd like to interview some people. I have one gentleman lined up already. I've had him lined up since I started this video series back in the late 70s. And then, I don't know, maybe Brian would be interviewed. I'd love to interview Jordan, but Jordan told me a long time ago he's shy. I don't believe he is. I think he's just teasing me because he's pretty, well, just because somebody makes comments doesn't mean they're not shy. All right, okay, whatever. And then also another thing, I was looking back at the video of Todd and Louise lounging before Todd viciously attacked my hand. Drama there. And because Pasha commented, my friend Pasha. So I went to look at it again, and I noticed, I probably never explained, I was like, Todd turned to the side, and I said, oh, Lugachog. It's kind of a goofy word. This all came up in Houston. I had a super duper, very close best friend named Rhonda, and they had their own language as it related to animals. Like I don't know what they were really saying, but to me it translated as, ooh, look at that little Luka Chaga Nuka Laga, or, ooh, Chaga Chaga Nuke, or whatever. I did this with my child. I do it with anything cute or adorable. So that was the language I was using for Todd in that video. It's like, aw, my little Luga Chog. The whole thing is my little Luga Chaga Nuka Laga. But then I kind of blend it. So now you know how I truly am insane. And if Brian is watching this, he will not want to be interviewed by such a strange person. Okay, well, in the meantime, when I did some dishes a little bit ago, found out I should really, really sterilize those mason jars closer to the time of actual usage of the mason jars. Like, don't let them hang out a lot. Oh yeah, while I was doing the dishes, I listened to another gentleman being interviewed about Freemasonry. Why are you one? What's the deal? Why do they have such a bad name? And it's, to me, ladies and gentlemen, quite frankly, it sounds like sort of an extended fraternity from college. Now, see, I've not heard good things about the Skull and Bones Society and things like that. That would give me pause. Or the Bohemian Grove. That stuff's really strange, but how did the Freemasons get whipped into this batch of being labeled bad? I think I really am onto something with that. with what I said earlier about, I think the Masons might be more in touch with reality, just like the Native Americans are, ladies and gentlemen. And because of that, their histories are suppressed or bastardized, for lack of a better word. God, that was a pretty strong word, actually. To make them sound hideous or weird, or like people would always call the natives. What did they call them? Well, heathens and, what's the other thing that's very popular? Oh, you know, when you're, I can't think of what it is they call, a lot of times the natives were called, it was something real bad. It was not scoundrels. There was heathens and, it means you're uneducated and kind of backward or whatever. For some reason, I cannot think of the word. I think it starts with an S. Savages! Oh my God. I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that a lot of this, if we really want to look at something that's hiding history and being secretive and underground about stuff, let's look no further than the Vatican, because that organization over the years, you know, has done a lot of bizarre things. Let's just put it delicately, because I don't want to offend Catholic folks. And it's not, I mean, when people are a member of something, they don't necessarily know all the total details about how the Vatican, for example, has hidden things and fired people who interpret the scriptures in a way they don't like, or, you know, they're just innocent members of this. They're not partaking in the insanity, I guess. So that's something that I would definitely, I raise an eyebrow high over my head in the manner of the Pink Panther when thinking about the Vatican. And how religion has tried to control society and suppress information. Totally, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, I think that's, of course, true in other religions, too. I don't just want to pick on dear sweet Christians. Some Christians don't think Catholics are Christians, by the way. All right, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while asking you, please, help me do a podcast, would you? Please drop your political identity, and let's talk about issues so that we can make this world a better place. One day at a time, sweet Jesus.